Right, Shalom, giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, double honors to the apostles of GreatMillStone that rule impeccably well, and Shalom to the Arkim out there that's pushing this truth and sincerity across the four winds, man. Right, I just want to get into a quick video, and I'm going to be touching on the topic of long-suffering and patience in this truth of ours, man. Right, long-suffering and patience, these are two very important qualities you got to have in your character, man. Right, and then in order to endure in this truth and to, you know, be, Lord willing, one of the hopeful elect, man. Because if you don't have long suffering and you don't have patience, then really you're through, man. You know, you might as well give up now. If you're not willing to wait on Yahweh Shem Yahushai to return, if you're not willing to be a watchman or watch out for these prophecies and pray for Yahweh Shem Yahushai's coming, then you've already lost. You've already lost in this truth, man. Right? You've already put down the plow. Because a big part of this truth is patience, long suffering, and endurance, man. Right? Those are the main qualities you gotta have, and you know, above all, faith. So without further ado, I'll get into the first scripture. This is Jeremiah, chapter 15 and verse 15. It says, "O Lord, thou knowest, remember me, and visit me, and revenge me of my persecutors. Take me not away in thy long suffering. Know that for thy sake I have suffered rebuke." Right, so hey, Jeremiah was catching hell, man. Like most of the prophets that you read of in the scriptures, they were catching hell. But why were they catching that hell? Now, first of all, you got to remember that we've been ordained from the belly to prophesy this truth, man. Right, before we were even, you know, established on the earth in the spirit world, we were already ordained to be prophets of the Lord, to be prophets of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Right, but ultimately we're doing this because the Lord has given us that gift of faith, man. And with that gift of faith, we have the love of Yahweh Shem Yahushai within us. That's why we do all of these things for the love of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, because we sincerely love Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. So that's, first of all, you got to check yourself and say, do you actually love the Lord, man? Why are you participating in this truth, man? Are you really doing it for Yahweh Shem Yahushai? Are you doing it for your own vain glory? You know, is your heart in the right place, man? You know? You got to ask yourself these things, man, because you might be participating in something and your heart really ain't in it, man. You're not really doing it for Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All of these prophets that you read of in the scriptures, they were doing this because they had that genuine love for Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. Right? They saw him as a brother, and even though we can't see him face to face now, you have to have that same love that the apostles of old had for Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. You got to have that same enthusiasm. You got to have that same push and endurance about yourself, man, to stay in this truth and endure. If you ain't got that, then you ain't gonna last, man. You're not gonna finish your course, right? All these apostles that we read of in the scriptures, they all successfully finished their course, man, right? So you gotta put yourself in a mind frame of, all right, if the apostles are back here of old, man, then you don't know who you are, man. So you gotta have that same inspiration within you, like you're a man of the Lord, man. You gotta have that confidence in you, man. Right? If you ain't got that confidence that you're the man of the Lord, there's no point even participating in this truth, man. Right? You should know in yourself that, okay, I've been ordained to preach this truth. So that means the Lord is dealing with me. So Lord willing, I was one of those great men, you know? Or one of those men that were associated with the great men in the books, man. Because we believe we know who the apostles are, man. You know? Certain apostles, we believe they're the apostles of GreatMillStone and the elders of GreatMillStone, man. Those are the apostles coming back. But ultimately, we all apostles, man, on all different levels, man. You know? So you gotta think of yourself within that light, man. But know that there's an order, there's a hierarchy, man. Right? And you just gotta pray to Yahweh Shem Yahushai that you was in connection with that righteous hierarchy back then, man. Right? And then you're fulfilling your lot now, being a prophet of the Lord. So first of all, we got to do this for the love of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. We got to suffer in this earth, man, for Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. Anytime something happens to you, anytime something bad befalls upon you, like Sirach 2 and 4 say, you take it cheerfully, man. You know, take it cheerfully, man. Because that means the Lord is dealing with you on some level, man. When you're suffering, when you're getting chastised, man. Because that's what the Lord does to his sons, right? Now the second scripture I want to go into is Romans chapter 5, and I'll start from verse 1. I'll start from verse 1. Therefore, being justified by faith, we have peace with Yahweh through the Lord Yahushai, by whom also we have access by faith into this grace wherein we stand and rejoice in hope of the glory of Yahweh. And not only so, but we glory in tribulations, So it says glory in tribulations, man. When you're catching hell, glory in that hell, man. Right? Yeah, it hurts for the moment, but really, as the scripture's going to go on to explain, these experiences, man, these things you go through, they're needed, man. Right? They're very much needed to build the person that you're going to be, man. Right? On the other side, in the kingdom, man. All these things that we're going through, all these experiences, man. These are all the experiences and the mentality of you know, being a ruler that we're gonna have in the kingdom, man. Because these are the experiences we're gonna be using to judge the heathen, man. Right? Because we've been through so much in our past lives, in the reincarnations and that. When you add all of those experiences together, you're gonna have the perfect ruler, man. Right? So that's Yahweh Shem Yahushai's big plan. Right, was to give us all these experiences, give us the left, give us the right, give us the evil, give us the good, so we can know what everything is, man, so we can be successful rulers in the kingdom of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man. And it goes on to say, and not only so, but we glory in tribulations, also knowing that tribulation worketh patience. So there goes that word patience again, man. Patience is a big thing in this truth, man, right? You're going to have certain things pop off in the news where it might say, okay, Russia's going to attack America. Well, you know what? That's just wars and rumors of wars for now, man. Right? We're in that stage of Matthew 24. We're in that stage of, you know, the wars and rumors of wars. It don't mean that the Lord is going to come back right now, man. But we can see through the prophecies that certain prophecies are getting fulfilled, man. So now, more than ever, we got to have that patience, right? Yeah, we earnestly want the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, to make his return, but there's certain things that's going to have to roll out before that happens. Jacob's trouble, the microchip, you know, those things have to come to pass before anything can go down, before any missiles can fly, like Apostle Tahar mentioned in his last video, man, right? So patience is key in this truth, man. Because, you know, in the year 2000, when a lot of you know, brothers in the truth, they fell out, man, because they thought, you know, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai was going to return. So that was a huge stumbling block, man, right? So you better hope that you don't get taken out by that same kind of stumbling block again, man. You know that there are wars and rumors of wars. And know that, yeah, through the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, I believe the Lord is coming back very soon, man. I don't think we even have but a few years left in this kingdom, man, right? Because things are speeding up very fast. And it says, and patience and tribulation worketh patience, and patience experience, and experience hope, man. Right? So we got that hope in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai that he's going to return, man. And with all this, we're getting all this experience that is needed, you know, to build you up, to build up your faith and to build up your character. Right? This is another quality that the Lord has, man. Because, you know, the Lord is perfect. This is Romans 9:22. It says, what if Yahweh, willing to show his wrath and to make his power known, endured with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction, man? So how do you think Yahweh feels, man? How do you think Yahweh Shai feels sitting in the heavens watching all this wickedness on the earth roll out, man? Right? The Lord wants this thing to go down now, man. But everything has its time and course, man. Like it tells you in Ecclesiastes 3, there's a time for war, there's a time for peace, man. Yeah, we're in a time of war now, but we still got to be patient, man. Right? It's not going to happen on our time. It's going to happen on Yahweh Hashem Yahushai's time, man. Not even Yahweh Shai knows that time when the Lord is going to decide to say, look, go. You know, go to earth and take it back and give it to the Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Not even Yahweh Shai knows when that day is going to be, man. Right? So knowing that should give you solace in your mind that, hey, you know what? Patience is key, man. You know? You gotta have that patience, man, because the Lord is enjoying Esau, man. He's enjoying looking at Esau doing all kinds of wickedness on the earth, being pedophiles, murdering, killing, man. All the suffering of the nations around the world, especially his people, because the Lord only really cares about his people, right? The Lord is long suffering with all that madness that's happening, man, right? It's not just us, man. Right, next scripture I want to get is Luke chapter 22, man. This is the account when Yahushua sweated blood, man, because you know, we don't really go through shit down here, man. When you actually consider what Yahushua went through, you know, on that cross, and even before the cross, all the hell he was catching, we ain't even close to receiving that hell that Yahweh Hashem Yahushua actually experienced, man. Right? Like when you actually take it all in and you read the whole account, you read all of the story, man, ain't none of us been through that, man. And ain't none of us even close to going through any of that kind of stuff, man. Alright, Luke 22 and verse, I'll start from 40. And when he was at the place, he said unto them, pray that ye enter not into temptation. So he was talking to the apostles, right? And he was withdrawn from them about a stone's cast and kneeled down and prayed. So this is Yahushua now praying to Yahweh, man. You know, and it's going to tell you what he's actually praying for. He says, saying, Father, if thou be willing, remove this cup from me. So the Yahushua actually said, look, man, you know, this cup is a bit too much for me to bear, man. You know, Yahushua was like, hey, this is some heavy stuff right here. This is some heavy stuff that I'm going through. So Yahushua was basically, he was feeling weak at that point, man. But Yahweh was still with him. As it goes on to show, remove this cup from me, nevertheless not my will, but thine will be done. And there appeared an angel unto him from heaven, strengthening him, man. So that angel gave him more strength and gave him power and reassurance of himself and the situation. And being in agony, he prayed more earnestly. And his sweat was, as it were, great drops of blood falling to the ground. So Yahushua at this point was under so much stress that he actually started to sweat blood, man. Now I know ain't none of you Akim out there been under so much hell, right? From work or your woman or, you know, your parents or whatever it is in this world that can give you stress. Ain't none of you Akim out there, right? Including myself, been under any kind of stress that can cause you to sweat blood, man, right? And that's the kind of stuff and tribulations that Yahushua was enduring, man, right? Because he had all of, you know, the 2/3 sins and the 1/3. He had everyone's sins rested on him, man. He had to bear that cross. Ain't none of us can bear that cross. That's a heavy spiritual battle, man. You got all of the nation of Israel's sins all on you at one point, man. That's a heavy spirit you gotta have to even carry that load, man. Right? We be complaining of minor shit about your woman and your work and whatever you can be going through, or you know, you might even be homeless, man. But hey, that ain't nothing compared to what Yahushua has went through, man. So you gotta keep that in mind, and that's gonna give you faith. Battery's running out, man, so I'm gonna have to say it, man. Gonna have to hurry up a bit. So John 16 and 33. These things have I spoken unto you, that in me ye might have peace. So this is Yahushua speaking. In the world ye shall have in the world which ye shall have tribulation. So why are we going to have peace in this world where we have tribulation, man? Because we got to bear in mind, and it's going to tell you, be of good cheer, I have overcome the world. So that's why we're going to have peace in this world full of tribulation, man. Because we got to remember that Yahushua has already won the battle, man. Yahushua has already conquered this world. Yahushua has already conquered Satan, right? And the so-called white man by going up on that cross. Yahushua already won the battle, man. So all we got to do is sit back, be patient, and wait for his coming, man. Right? Now obviously it's easier said than done, man, but that is really the reality of the situation we're in now. We're waiting upon the Lord, as it tells you in the scriptures, wait ye upon me, man. We can't execute the judgment. We need Yahushua to come back so we can take down Esau and these so-called white people, man, and the other nations and put them into captivity, right? That's only through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, right? So Yahushua has already conquered, man. And the last scripture I want to get to is Romans 8 and verse 18. It says, for I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. Right? So the sufferings that we're suffering now is not even worthy compared to the glory that we're going to get in the kingdom, man. When we get in the kingdom, we're going to be thinking of the stuff you went through, man, whatever it may be, and it's going to be a laugh to you, man. You're going to be thinking, shit, I went through that. That was nothing, man. I'm in the kingdom now. Right? My people are all good. The heathens in captivity under us, man. Right, for 1,000 years. You know, the air's clean, the food is clean. Everything is going to be perfect and blissful, man. Right? You're not going to have to worry no more. Everything is going to be in tune. The earth is not going to be flipping mourning no more, because this so-called white man is not going to be in power. So everything is going to be back to its course, man. The Lamb Sabbath is going to be put back into play. All of the law, statutes, and commandments are going to be put back into effect, man. And that's going to make everything perfect. And once more, we're going to have everlasting life, man. Right? Do you know what everlasting means? That means we ain't ever gonna die. You're gonna be alive for forever and ever and ever and ever, as it tells you in the scriptures, man. So, you know, I'll cut it off there. Battery was running out, but I hope this was edifying. And until next time, shalom.